In order. All right, we'll start with the land acknowledgement. The city of Boulder acknowledges the city is on the ancestral homelands and unceded territory of indigenous peoples who have traversed, lived in, and stewarded lands in the Boulder Valley since time immemorial. Those indigenous nations include the Apache, Arapaho, Cheyenne, Comanche, Pawnee, Shoshone, Sioux, and Ute. The city of Boulder recognizes that those now living and working on these ancestral lands have a responsibility to acknowledge and address the past and must work to build a more just future. All right, so we'll start with the approval of today's agenda. If somebody would like to make a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I can second.
All in favor? Passes unanimously. And as part of our packet, we had the January meeting minutes. I think I had, well, I don't have the memo in front of me, but I had one edit to it. Or one question about what was recorded. Lauren, the minutes from the January meeting referenced having 2 tickets per year available to commissioners or 2 tickets per performance?
2 tickets per performance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would request that edit. Are there any other edits? Stephanie, anything?
No, not for me.
Okay. Anybody like to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Great, excellent. All right, do we have anybody signed up for public participation? Lisa? Anybody?
Nobody signed up to speak.
Great. We'll move past that then. All right, typically under matters for commissioners, we'd spend a little bit of time doing our liaison updates. We have a lot to cover in this meeting, so I would, I still invite if anybody has an update that you'd really like to make sure that we hear this month. Otherwise, we can make some time at a future meeting for that. Anybody want to share a liaison update?
I'll give one because it's quick. I met with, should I say one?
It's up to you, whatever you want to say.
I met with, met with a person from there and just asked like what it, if I were to bring anything to the meeting, like what are some things that are needed as far as being arts organization. And I took it down in notes. Yeah. But I will say that it was just a photo. Rehearsal space and space.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll just quickly say, I'll just quickly say that I met with Jessie from Jaipur Literature Festival. And that was nice because I'd never met her in person before. So it was nice getting to know her a little bit. And she's very appreciative of all the help we're able to give her.
Excellent. And I don't think we had any other matters to discuss right now from the community. So we're going to dive right into the grants program in hopes of getting out of here on a reasonable time. And I'll turn it over to Lauren.
I'm going to share my screen and then I can close it if you want to have a further discussion so we can like see each other better. But so for our first we'll run through the grant reports for the projects. There were 5 of them. I believe you're going to recuse yourself from one of them.
For the, it's the last.
Yes. So For these reports, you can approve them all, approve individual ones. This is the usual, right? So approve individual ones while submitting specific questions. So we send them the funds and then we ask questions and follow up, much like you saw in this packet. We postpone approval of individual reports pending any answers, or we do not approve individual reports and cancel the final 20%. We as in the royal we, which is you. And I do have separate grant report language with Caroline pulled out as a recusal, but I can pull up the names again if there's any that you want to pull out to discuss, or if you have any specific questions about these.
Anything preliminarily that people want to pull out to discuss?
Of just what's on the screen
Of
here.
what's on the screen right now?
With the idea that E is separated up.
Correct.
I'm
I'm
happy
not
to make a motion.
Go
Nothing to read.
ahead.
Very good.
So I'm strategically taking this one so that Georgia has to read all the GOs.
I got the water.
I move that we approve the grant reports from Pro Musica, Colorado Chamber Orchestra, Circle of Care Project, Samuel Tomats, and Local Theater Company.
I second.
All in favor? That looks like it's unanimous. And I'll open the floor for general comments on those reports.
On those ones in particular, did we have an update on Pro Musica? From their updates from this was one dating back several years ago. We had met with her back in August, and I was just curious as to what the final report from them was.
There is also their report from the general operating support, which possibly addresses what you may be asking about. Possibly. Is your question in relation to the overall health of the organization, or?
No, it was specific to this project. I just didn't know if anyone else had any comment at all, because I know we were glad to see this one come across the finish line.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess I would say in reading it, I was glad they were able to do something. I wondered if they could let us know when they get the videos up, because I know it sounded like they were still working on that, and I would love to see that happen. And it's unfortunate that their partnership didn't pan out the way they wanted it to. And sometimes that happens over the course of several years when you're dealing with what we were dealing with. So.
Yeah, I was pleased to see them be able to do something with it, though.
Absolutely. Any other questions, comments overall? All right. So I'm going to recuse myself from the last one and just let you know when I can come back.
We'll set the language, and Georgia as vice chair. Take.
Yes. I'm ready.
I can make a motion. Madam Vice Chair, will you entertain my motion?
Yes, I'll second that motion.
Well, let me make it first. I move that we approve the grant report from In Community.
Okay.
You don't have a quorum. Oh, wait, we got your grant on my folder.
And Yale is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant in the room.
Yeah, okay,
Oh.
gotcha.
So sorry about
Are we okay with 3?
Yeah,
Okay.
my apologies.
So Bruce made a motion, we need a second.
We're talking about the to approve the report from Art and Community. This is the simple.
I heard,
Okay,
yeah.
great. We do.
Have we motioned and seconded at this point?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And so ask if. Oh, does anyone have any discussion? The project? No, then we vote.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yeah.
All right,
Wonderful.
we all
Thank
agree.
you. Do you mind going? Thank you.
I just want to say, as usual, the quality of the grants were awesome. And can she come back in there?
Yes. Yeah. You go to.
Well, I just want her to hear what I'm about to say. And another thing about that Temple of Tranquility.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, I barely got.
I just wanted to say, as I was saying, the grant reports, as usual, were wonderful, exceptional projects being done in the community. And I especially like that the Temple of Tranquility people put that, email that they had received and then had responded to somebody complaining, and then they communicated back to the person, and then they included the response back from the original person. And it just really says a lot about the arts and how it's just, it's a beautiful thing to see that kind of communication happen in a community. So I was very happy that it was included.
It chokes me up every time I read
And I know, yeah, it's very nice.
Caroline, I wasn't prepared for what it was. Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you. Thanks for sharing that. All right. Hi, Sharon. How are you? No problem. We are transitioning into a new topic, so we'll let you settle in. All right, do you want to head us off with some comments on GOS?
Sure. So recertification of the 22-24 general operating support grants. We had 38 to review this evening, and I really appreciate your time and energy, as does the arts community, for dedicating your time to reviewing these. As usual, you can approve the reports, approve individual reports, approve reports while submitting questions after the fact. Postpone approval pending any answers to questions, or not approve them. And actually, it's not the final 20%, their final payment. Here we go. Easy peasy. So I have this very casual text here of 38 organizations. And this is Caroline's prerogative, but I think in the past, we've usually, if you have one that concerns you or that you have questions about, you want to discuss, we'll pull it out and I can put separate motion language there just so it's not part of the bigger discussion.
I'd like to propose that we do that and open the floor if anybody has one of these that you want to speak specifically to or gets more feedback as you're considering whether to approve it. Let's have Lauren drop that into a separate motion and we can go through those individually.
I'm okay with it as it reads.
I just have one question about the Boulder Ballet, because they.
Should we
took
pull
the-
that out into a separate discussion?
I have a question, yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's pull the Boulder Ballet out.
Or should we just ask the question? Because maybe it doesn't pull that. Sure. I'm just curious, since the last grant, the $10,000 community grant, and they used apparently majority of that grant to keep it on the lights, that for GOS, like, did they still need the remainder of this grant since they already used the other money?
I think that's a separate discussion, so let's pull that out. Let's see, I think Pro Musica is a separate discussion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can do it.
Thank you.
Oh, those are, yeah, you go get your churro.
Priorities.
Jeffrey, I see you're off mute. Did you have another addition?
I do not. I just forgot to remute myself, I guess.
Great. Okay, so when Lauren is ready, we're ready for the first motion.
Yes. So that is prepared, the top language.
Great. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I see. Let's talk about
All
strategic.
your clever planning.
Yeah. Right, yeah, you're up,
Oh, okay.
if you feel this way.
Wait, can we move? There's a box.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Jeffrey.
Okay.
Jeffrey's getting moved around.
I move that we approve the following reports for the 2022/24 GOS grants. Third Law Dance/Theater, Art Parts Creative Reuse Center, Band of Toughs, Boulder Chorale, Boulder Ensemble Theater Company, Boulder International Film Festival, Boulder Metalsmithing Association, Boulder Muse, Boulder Museum of Contemporary Art, Boulder Opera, Boulder Philharmonic Orchestra, Boulder Samba School, Cantable Singers, Colorado Mahler Fest, Colorado Music Festival and Center for Musical Arts, Colorado Shakespeare Festival, Creativity Alive, Dairy Art Center, East Window, E-Town, Frequent Flyers Productions, Inc., Greater Boulder Youth Orchestra, Junkyard Social Club, KGNU, Lemon Sponge Cake Contemporary Ballet, Local Theater Company, Modus Theater, Museum of Boulder, Novo Arts District, Parlando School for the Arts, San Suchi Festival of Dance Cinema, Streetwise Arts, Studio Arts Boulder, T2 Dance Company, the Catamounts, the Spark, a performing arts community.
Very good. I am so sorry. I hope that we can address this without having you read that all again, but it occurred to me that I think Museum of Boulder should be pulled out also. So maybe we can just approve that motion with that edit, if somebody would like to second that.
I'll second that.
Okay, great. So, all in favor? I see an elbow from Cheryl. Okay. Excellent. So unanimously passed. Typically, we would have some time for some feedback. What I'd like to suggest is that we hold our general comments until we get through these last three, because I suspect we'll have things to say about the entire group. So, all right. Boulder Ballet. Yes.
So, but they didn't get a full GOS grant, right?
They did not.
How much of the grant?
26,000 and some change. It was based on, it was 100,000 for 5 organizations and spread out equally between them. So it's like, I can't remember, I can pull it up exactly though, sorry. But they didn't receive a full, what they merited, which I think is the full 2,000
So 2024 for the full 3 years, or?
each year. So 20, let me just, because it's public record, it matters. But so for example, I believe if they had been awarded in their category, it would be 50,000 every year for 3 years. And they were given a 2-year time frame, and then oh, pardon me, they're in the 20,000 category, so the large category. So instead of 20,000 every year for 3 years, they were awarded 10,414 for 2 years. Right, because we came back in 2023 and we're able to do like a 2-year split to fund some of those organizations that merited funding, but were not able to receive it the first time around. Yeah.
So how much do they still need to receive another?
Oh, I see. The final 10,000, yeah, 10,414. Right. So the ones, for example, that you just approved, they'll be paid their final payment of whatever category they're in for this year.
Okay.
Okay. Any other? Any, you just wanted to ask that question. Are you complete with moving forward on that?
Well, I don't know, does anyone else have any thoughts?
Well, enough about it to really dive into it for me. If you feel it hasn't been handled properly, tell us.
My thought on it is that we discussed a lot of the budget on the project level. And so I'm looking at it through a little different lens from the general operating support. And I think that we've had some policy things that we've discussed and that we're at least trying to address through changes to the contracts and our ability to do a little bit more digging into budgets that came out of that discussion. So to me, I feel like at least what I know the scope of the conversation was at the project level has been addressed for me. That doesn't mean it has been for you, the GOS conversation. But.
Whole project money was used for GS. That's my question.
Right, and so one of the things, the way I have heard an outcome from that discussion is that it's been clearer in what we are communicating going forward to projects, what the baseline expectation is for including and spelling out those full operational costs in a project level grant, because there is a certain amount of that we've heard from staff is appropriate and recommended as best practice for arts organizations.
What
And
was
so-
it again?
I think, what did you
It's
say,
10 to
10?
35%, and then in the application now,
Yeah.
there's
Says
links
that.
to some recommendations of like, if you want to get a sense of what your project should, how much administrative cost should be covered. or
I
something.
saw those links today, by the way,
Good, right?
Yeah,
Useful? Okay,
yeah,
good. Because if not, tell me, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think,
but it was like easy to find.
yeah, good. Like that.
That was my take on it, but I'm an individual, and everybody else.
This is a GOS discussion. When I'm looking at their $1 million operating budget and the programming that they're doing, this is really kind of a drop in the bucket. So I'm perfectly fine with moving forward with them specifically.
Any discussion, thoughts? Somebody like to make a motion?
I'm gonna wait.
Is this to them specific or the other three?
We can do them all. I was just posed a question whether we wanted to do them individually or as a group. We can wait and do it as a group.
Yeah, I think we just do it as a group and just go through each of the three then.
Right. The second one
Museum
was
of Boulder.
Museum of Boulder. I wanted to pull that out just because I have a question about the losses that are reflected on their budget. I suspect that that has to do with them having a building and depreciation on the building, but I'm not an expert on that. So I just wanted to kind of pull that out and make sure that we as a commission or staff reach out and make sure that in the voice of Bruce Borowski, how can we help? Like, is there anything to help with? Is there any concern? Is that just a reflection of, timing and what's going on with their budget?
We have talked about them before in
Yeah.
the same regard.
Yeah.
The backstory on Museum of Boulder specifically is they've separated from their executive director, who was also standing in as a development director. They did a lot of programming build out and adding a lot of staff without really righting the ship on development and fundraising. Bob Yates has actually stepped in as the interim executive director. There's been changes on the board because the board was really their fiduciary responsibility to report up to the executive director, or at least hold accountability for losses and gains. But he is righting the ship. I'm actually the liaison for them, but I've also been talking to Bob specifically on this. As far as the building that they have there, they also have warehouses up in Gun Barrels. So as far as land and buildings that they own, they're well. They have assets. So they're going to be fine. And they are looking for a new executive director, and he is coming in and doing some fiduciary responsibility to right the ship in the meantime.
Awesome. That's really great insight. Thank you. I'm glad that you're their liaison and understand all that. Anybody else, any discussion on Boulder Museum. And then the third one was Pro Musica.
Yes.
And I wanted to make sure we pulled that out because in their report, they are referencing that they are using the first half of 2024 to complete their programming schedule, and then we'll be closing their doors. So we just need to have a mindful discussion about that, I think. And I personally don't currently have an opposition to giving them the rest of their grant money because they are completing their programming and they will have some wind-up costs and the like. So I'm not really, I don't have an incentive to withhold money from them and make it more difficult of a situation, but I'd love to hear people's perspectives on that.
Yeah, with their artistic director moving out of state, it seemed to be the right time to kind of run the course, and I'm fully in support of funding them so that they can close out in the right way and continue to do their programming.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I think it's important that we support arts organizations, not just when they're thriving, but also when things go bad. And we're here for them to help them through this bad time and help them finish up in a as nice a way as they could.
Yeah, I wouldn't look at it as bad. I'd look at it as celebrating the art that they were able to create and commission over the years that they were here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. We got, oh, go ahead.
I forgot the other thing. I noticed in the Boulder Ballet report, I looked at the salaries and they brought on a new school director last fall. And I had looked at the listing, the position, and the salary was $40,000. And I noticed that it's 64 now. And so I thought that was kind of a big jump because they're also in the interim, a school director assistant has been hired, so that I just want to shed light that the salary went from 40 to 64 plus assistant.
Is there a concern there or?
Yeah, I think for me, there's a concern, but I want to say it and hopefully maybe they'll hear it. And so, especially since with the last community grant, how the funds were not used appropriately there. And I see it in here, that giving them an opportunity to clean things up a little bit.
Got it. Cool. All right. Are we ready for a motion on those three?
I just want to say that I'm their liaison, and I'm actually meeting with Claudia the next couple of weeks. We're figuring out a time, so I can
Are we ready for a motion on those three?
I move that we approve the following reports for the 2022-2024 general operating grants for Boulder Ballet, Museum of Boulder, and Pro Musica Colorado Chamber Orchestra.
say.
All in favor? It's unanimous. Well done. Hooray, hooray. So I'd like now to open the floor for any general comments on, or specific comments on people's reports and what you saw happening out there. I'll just start with kind of some themes that I saw. I was excited to see that people are recovering with their audience sizes. Their monthly general operating support, or it seems to be for most organizations continuing to get healthy. There was a lot of capacity building and new hiring and organizations that were raising their wages. And on the downside, I'll note that I saw a couple of organizations that even while they were raising their wages, were having people leave for better opportunities. So that was kind of my general take, but it was some incredible work being done.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I just thought, I appreciate, it seems like everyone's using the same software. So it was really easy to read because I'm reading the same format over, instead of like I don't know, I've seen some other budget reports that were using something different and it was really choppy, like screenshotting and inputting. So I just appreciate that. from
Yeah,
you.
I felt this, I picked up on that as well. I felt the same way. Was that you?
Yeah, I thought
making
that
them
was
so
some of
nice?
it.
Yes, I did some editing.
Okay.
So like formatting, but you know, I do think if small organizations are using consistent.
Well, just so
For the
you're
P&L.
hearing it clearly, it
Yeah.
really makes our job easier,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
thank
good,
you.
yes,
Yeah.
sure, my pleasure, totally.
Yeah, because there was like a format of like the written description and then numbers and then pictures.
Yeah,
And that was just
Clean,
like,
short, easy, yeah.
I was thinking, oh my God, like everybody did it exactly the same. I figured it had to
Amazing,
be.
yeah, totally. But I feel, it was a lot of documentation, so I felt like I should just edit it.
Yeah. Thank you for doing that.
Oh, my pleasure, totally.
Well, there was a lot of reading, but it took me an extra long time because this is like my first round.
yeah.
And so I would read about these projects and then I'd be like, this organization's so cool. And so then I'd have to go to their website.
Yeah.
And then I'd go down a whole rabbit hole of their website and I'd be like, do they have camps? Like, should I sign up for camp? Which made it a very lengthy process. But it did make me just reflect on what a cool city we live in and how many amazing things for so many, and there's things that I'm more into than others because that's human people.
Mhm.
And just the breadth of what is being offered, I was really excited to see, even though I'm really tired today. But my kid has stuff planned for the summer.
Daryl, I really echo you. When I was reading through those, I think my takeaway was, damn it, I really wish I'd had a chance to see that. When I look at some of the individual programming, but I'm particularly proud of our arts organizations, large and small, as well as individual artists for what they are producing as far as content, as far as engagement, and particularly when I see them working on collaborative efforts.
And also the work towards DEI, that came through,
Yeah.
which I appreciated because it's a challenge in our town to do that all the time.
Lauren, there's a very sweet note in the chat from Cynthia from Music of Colorado.
Oh, right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
She said-
actually pulled that up. Go ahead.
Do you mind?
No,
So it was in a question and she just wanted to say, I'm so grateful for your support over the years and now we hope to do you all proud in our finale. Thank you.
Who is this?
Cynthia
Cynthia Katsarelis.
from Pro Musica.
Okay,
Colorado.
right.
Yeah. I think I had mentioned to Lauren, I'm sad that Maria's not with us because she always has such detailed like feedback and praise for everybody. And I just, I also have a lot of notes throughout here on the DEI efforts and attracting a diverse artist base, composers and the like. Cool. Anything else? Did you square away your questions on
Well,
the-
no, I was gonna bring that up. Again, I emailed you about this, and I don't
Yeah.
think it has any, anything to do with anything, but I'm gonna bring it up. I have a list of organizations where they're stated in their listed, like income and revenue, it didn't match what was in the green graph, and I don't know what causes that to happen, but, Boulder Muse, Boulder Mahler Fest, Boulder Music Festival, Dairy Arts Center, Junkyard Social Club, Museum of Boulder, Pearl School for the Arts, and Studio Arts Boulder. All of those did not match up, and I don't know why that is, but it's just something I noticed.
Sure. Do you
Is-
mind if I address?
Go ahead,
Yeah.
yeah, please.
A couple reasons. I think sometimes their fiscal year might not align with what they're looking at, even though they should be doing a fiscal year. So it might be like their.
That's what I figured.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
the case, yeah.
And if you are concerned about any of those, we can absolutely go and ask them for some feedback or some input on it, right? Because they should match their actuals and their expenses. I also think there's an in-kind section, or maybe they're counting capital projects,
that's true.
or, I mean, it would be individual for every organization.
Yeah,
So if there's
yeah.
any that you are concerned about, though, I'm happy to like follow up. And have
Curious,
them.
not concerned.
Curious, not concerned.
Yeah.
Well, so since you've already voted.
Yeah, I wouldn't
also-
change my like
Oh,
vote at all.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
great.
yeah,
I was like, oh, wow.
No,
Okay, why don't I just have I have your list recorded. And I
Okay.
can
Oh,
go
great.
back and ask them to send us an updated, the financial overview document.
Yeah.
And if there's anything that they want to explain, and I can just attach it in our next packet, like we will bring it up at the meeting
Yeah,
unless something else comes up.
Okay, cool.
Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, that's great.
Great, thank you for the list too.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Of course.
Keeping in mind that some of those are actually going to be in buildings where they don't own the building, but they own the improvements. So there's different variations of how that shows up in assets and such.
And then what size organization is Boulder Corral? I didn't see it listed on there.
They're small.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
That's good.
I wanted to pull out also a comment in the Sparks
Yeah.
applicate or report where they noted that they had a student who was going into their junior year of high school at Fairview, who started a nonprofit based on their experience with the Spark and earning, and getting some scholarship money together for other students there. And I just wanted to pull that out and acknowledge it. And if that student ever hears this, congratulate them on being so proactive and welcome to arts administration. The Arts Commission is here for you.
It's the best.
Yeah, please do. Please do. Yeah.
On the recording.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. All right. Well done, everybody. Welcome to reading reports season, and let's
you.
move on to our next agenda item.
Can I, real quick before we move on, I know we want to keep things moving, but I wanted to see what you thought. This was your first go around. Any? Do you guys have any comments, questions, anything that your fellow commissioners could do differently to help you? Or I don't know, I just want to, it's always interesting after the first go around.
Cheryl, you want to go first?
No, you go
Okay.
first.
I so appreciate the insight and instructions and highlighting of our incredible staff at the city. And the way everything is packaged for us, it's really very seamless. It's easy to find everything that we need in one place. And then just kind of have these really smart discussions as to really celebrate what we're able to support within the communities.
Seconded. Yeah.
Warn me not to go Googling every single organization that I'm trying to get through on papers. I might have a better answer to that. Is this your last meeting?
No.
Okay. At the next meeting, after the first round of grants, after I try that out.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah, and feel free to, I think I speak for everybody, feel free to call on any of us if we can help walk you through something. If you're not sure, Lauren's awesome.
Yeah,
But
that part I know.
But sometimes you have a question, like maybe a fellow commissioner might be a better question.
Right.
So I just, feel free to contact us.
Yeah, I have a very specific technique for reading grants so that I don't go down the rabbit hole, because they all are really interesting, especially when it hits your interest or your need. But in a way to stay in line with, for me, the most important part is the rubric.
Right.
Because so many of, especially now that I'm in my third year, I've been to a lot of these events and stuff, and so to keep my voting and hopefully as equitable as possible, I have to really stick to the rubrics last.
And I did, accidentally do some in the very beginning last year. And one of the things I learned is that I think after I go through all of them, I'm gonna go back to the first three and do them again to make sure, because I can be mean.
I'm shocked that Georgia has said that she can do them all in one sitting, because I cannot. And so if I split mine up, I definitely make sure to be looking at the responses to the same questions across all applications and maybe get a third the way through them all. So I'm in the same mood when I'm judging their, whatever the questions are. And then if I'm in a good mood one day and answering those and looking at those questions, and in a bad mood in the next day, everybody is getting the same down votes, At least that's equitable, because I cannot do it all in one city.
Yeah.
I applaud you for that.
Yeah,
I
that's-
just-
One sitting meeting a day, like
Yeah.
it's a,
But even that, I would pull my hair out. Does anybody else do them in one day?
I do a lot
I'm,
at one time.
I sit on enough of these type of discussions and grant programs where I do them all at once, but then I do them twice. So I do them once, walk away from it, and then come back and go, okay, sometimes I'll do them in the opposite order. So that there's some evenness.
All right.
Well, the good thing is I'm usually in a bad mood, so.
Nice and even across everything.
Um,
All right.
So since we're talking about it, my next slide was just a brief reminder. Sorry. Sort of setting that up, y'all. The community projects for organizations preliminary review is due next Wednesday. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns. Georgia has also helped me find, they changed a couple of things in our grant software. So if you see anything strange or out of place or whatever it is, please let me know. I think I fixed some ones for this, but they changed some permissions of things. So but I think you're good for now.
Check it out.
Thank you so much, Georgia. Yeah.
I personally refuse to admit that March 6th is next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Deny reality. I like it. Cool. All right, everybody ready to move to the next? Okay, so we did get the green light to do a letter to council. And we didn't do one last year, but at least the previous 2 years, this was an opportunity for us to give a one-page overview of our successes and then also what our priorities for the next year would be. In 2021 and 22, our plea was making a case for why they need to give us more money. But we have 2A now, so we are backing off of that plea. And so I've completed a draft. Hopefully you've had a chance to read through that once. And we did ask about doing a video, Bruce, and they said, no, we can't do a video. So we all cried about that. But the first level of inquiry that we need to do is decide, we have 2 to 3 priorities that'll really fit in here. We had at a previous meeting listed 7 priorities, I think it was. And we need to, as a commission, decide which of those we are going to focus on in this meeting. And somewhere I have those written, or maybe Lauren has them right there. Look at Lauren, amazing. So those are the 7 that we had as a general proposition, decided were our priorities. Now we need to prioritize them even further. What are our top 2 or 3? So I'm open to suggestions on how to whittle this down. If you guys want to just kind of open it for discussion, if you want to pitch for your favorite, if you want to take a straw poll right now and see if we're all on the same page, I'm open to suggestions.
Yeah, I'd say we just go around and each person name their top 3.
Okay.
And then somebody with using one of them fancy computers can figure out where.
Yeah.
or can you like put a little,
Check marks or
Oh,
something?
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. That's great.
we each vote for 3?
I saw 3, 4, and 5 as being interrelated,
No.
because
It's not, yeah, because that's 4.
yeah,
5.
like it has to do with affordability of our city. Salary support so that people can live here, spaces available, and housing affordability. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Because I don't like narrowing down, so.
Yeah, I would argue the opposite. I don't have to be right about it, but my perspective on it is that those three hit different areas of city governance, different sections of the budget, different staffing, different ways to address the issue. And I think those are all very high priorities in my mind for artists, and I would hate to lose the pointedness of them by clumping them all together.
I
get it.
I probably lean towards Carolyn's.
No, that makes sense. I'm just bad at
We're a group, we can.
Which kid do you love more?
Yeah. So I mean, since I've already pulled those out, I would say for me, the top priorities would be space, housing, and
We'll do numbers so it's easier.
oh,
for them.
1, 3, and 5, I
Thank
would
you.
say. But I'm not married to those yet. I'd like to hear what other people pitch. And 3 and 5 are just, we hear it all the time in reports and when I'm out in the community. And number 1, I think, is a way to keep us top of mind with the council. If we make a plea to just incorporate artists into all your discussions. Maybe that's a little diffuse.
I'm gonna say 3. 5 and 7. And what I'll say is that I feel like we have a little bit of control over salary support because of the grants. There's lots of grants to apply for, just so, then housing affordability. Yeah, so
Mine are 3, 5, and 6.
I am 1, 3, and 6. Bruce, I interrupted. Did you want to speak to anything? Lousy time to freeze. Yay. You're muted right now, Lauren. There you go. Oh, there you go. Oh, say something. Nope. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay, well, I can't hear you. Bruce, can you ask any of the other attendees if they can hear you? We
Yeah.
still have folks out there. Oh, there you go.
Can you hear? No?
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yay.
Okay, yay.
That was the worst possible time to lose you.
Okay,
Staff just coming through.
Take the filler.
thank you, everybody
Thank you.
online for your
Okay.
patience.
Classic.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
we were going around the room and getting everybody's input.
Yes.
The last I heard were Bruce's 3, but then I didn't hear any feedback from him on any of the choices or if he had any feedback.
I had no comments worth mentioning. Nothing to add to the discussion.
And we got Jeffries, that's the one
Yeah.
that we're lagging on.
Yeah,
Okay.
mine were 1, 3, and 6. My only feedback is everyone brings up the housing affordability. Nobody's been able to solve it yet. Part of the GOS stuff. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, when you look at things like Shakespeare Festival and Colorado Music Festival, these massive organizations that bring in thousands of people and have large operating budgets. That's the age-old question, especially when they're working on programming that is seasonal and trying to house people for 3 or 4 months while they're here in Boulder, but not necessarily living here, creating art for these large organizations.
Sure.
3, 5, and 6. No real notes. I also think we can't do 6 without 5.
Sure.
I feel, you don't feel like people are aware? Yeah.
I think people are aware. I think it's a matter of actionability. Awareness to me is not the end all be all, but actually implementing. Again, like, Boulder isn't a very diverse city, and I think that's a part of because of the housing affordability reasons, and it's all kind of intertwined. But yeah, I think it's something there's still a lot of work for.
You know what? I just realized I'm on 2 DEI committees, so maybe that's why I feel like I've talked about it.
That is very fair.
And I'm a brown person.
My first inclination is always I'm an arts educator. But I also think that that's really more a BBSD thing than a city thing in some ways. So I'm gonna say 1, 3, and 5.
I felt the same way when I was looking at that's more of a BBSD thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think we eliminated some. And housing and artist space seem to be clear forerunners, and we're kind of split on the integration and DEI, so.
I can move my 7 to 6.
Okay. I would not be, it is a very close call for me between the DEI and the integration. So I would not, I'm not gonna fight to the death for integration. That was more a nod to really having arts as part of a systemic approach to all these questions. And maybe we can add a, flavor sentence somewhere rather than a paragraph, I don't know. You also thought that was important, Jeffrey.
Sorry.
What would you say?
Both 1 and 6 were choices of mine. And those were 2 of my 3. 6, because it's part of our mission, vision, values as what we're doing as commissioners. It's part of the a push for the city. They feel very important for it on that side. So I just kind of keep it top of mind. And then as far as integrating art into city work, it's the one thing here that's going to outlive all of us. And there's a lot of building, and the city looks very different than when I even showed up 15 years ago. And when I see the things that integrated art or had an aesthetic value into them as they were being developed, those are the things I still see and recognize and appreciate.
I get that. When I was talking to Lauren about integrating art, it was in my mind, not only what you're talking about, Jeffrey, where art is everywhere you look around in the city, but also decisions that the city is making within these silos of inquiry, that they're pulling artists into that process also.
And that's the only way I was thinking about that statement. I wasn't thinking about the physical manifestations. I was thinking literally integrating it into decision-making. And are we looking at it the way an artist would look at it? Whatever however it manifests itself. But I do like that one. So I guess there's a question, would you want to have 4 things in there rather than 3? Is 3 set in stone? Or could it
Lauren's
be more?
making a face. What's the feedback?
You're pushing. Yeah, I think they said 2 to 3, and they also did say, like actionable, when you said actionable, right? Or tied to our work plans, they wanted something like concrete.
Can I just say that 1 is really cool. And it'd be the perfect fit for that is getting somebody over at Google. You know how they can devote a certain percentage of their hours to like a community project? That would be an amazing collaboration.
I
I
think
think there
that
might be a great town and gown collaboration there too, an opportunity for CU and the art school there.
Yeah, I would probably venture to say Google would be easier to work with and find somebody.
so it may be one way to think about it is that it's still a priority for us, and maybe it's not, and maybe it's something that we can impact outside asking city council. But
As isn't DEI part of city council's priorities already?
they had,
Not that I don't, it's obviously important, not that I don't underscore it, but.
it is, they listed, in my letter, I listed what they pulled out as their annual priorities when they approved the budget. I don't remember which
It's right about here.
paragraph
Like
it is. Okay, so
For 2024, the commission recognizes the 6 council.
it's not specifically listed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true.
And I think it's important that it
Yeah, I
continue.
don't know why. I'm also on a couple of the items, so.
I guess just to finish my thought from before, if we do limit it to these top 3 and integrating art into city work doesn't make this cut, I would encourage my fellow commissioners to somehow figure out a way to discuss that further, whether it's at a retreat or whatever, but to keep that concept alive, because it has a lot of far-reaching implications.
Yeah.
And for a town like Boulder, this would be a good fit.
I think of the best way we can amplify that is the fact that a percentage of our grant money is already allocated towards public art projects. And maybe there's a way to highlight those and encourage city development, planning commission folks to take notice of these, to allow them to be accessible and spread throughout all the communities within the city.
And I think, you know, who has time for this? Great idea, Caroline, but another way that we can impact that is going to other commissions, open public comment periods. And city council, of course, you know.
I mean, we get to go and be the crazy artist people? Yes!
Yes, that's what I signed up for, Jeffrey. Yeah. Well, I can commit to making sure that we continue to include an inquiry into how we can pull this out onto our agendas and into our regular discussions and not lose it as one of our individual priorities. If we don't have a lot of people moving the numbers around to pull it into the top 3.
And one kind of last call on the city works items. It would get noticed, I think, more than something like a DE&I if we're putting something to council. Because council, of course, is like, well, yeah, of course you're the Arts Commission. And that's what we're all doing. We're all working to encourage diversity, equity, inclusion in all the commissions across everything that we're doing within the city. And does it sound like we're just checking the box by saying, yes, we're going to take care of DE&I? When they know we are, and we're going to anyway. This is something that is kind of outside of our usual scope.
Yeah. One thing we can also do is look at the direction I took in the subparagraphs for these top 4 items and see if that sort of teases any other ideas out. So let's keep it at these top 4, go through this letter, and see if that helps us.
Okay. And I'd also just like to say, the second paragraph, I think we'd all agree that the people reading this document have like 1 billion pages to read every week.
Yep.
So I think bullet points might express those things a little bit better. Make it a little bit easier to read. Because those are important things.
Oh, okay.
Listed in the second paragraph.
Okay, yep. Yeah, so that's just kind of a formatting thing where we can bullet point out our.
Yeah, I don't mean to micromanage.
I love it. Yeah, that's great. So any other comments on the top half of the letter before we get to the individual paragraphs?
I like our way of being able to basically take it down half and then discuss further.
Great. I had one note. I just want to remind myself of what it was. Okay, it's part of the pull down. So, all right, so obviously these were without input from you guys and just places to start. Paragraph 1, for number 1, integration of artists into city work. I referenced the Artists for America impact page, which has this really beautiful wheel of all the ways that the arts impact different areas of city living and city governance. And a call to integrate artists into their processes. I didn't really touch as deeply on the point that Jeffrey was making. So if you have a suggestion for how to pull that in, we could do that. Yeah.
Maybe one way that paragraph might read better and more relevant to council when they do read it is if we could provide an example. You know, like Detroit tried doing this specific thing and it helped
we need to finalize and approve the letter today, so if you have an
Today.
example, let's,
Yes.
yeah,
Oh,
this is
okay,
a
gotcha.
working meeting
I
to
see.
get
Alright.
this word crafted and done.
Okay,
Maybe
So-
I'll, for timing, so this is your motion language. I move that we approve the letters, allowing for minor revisions and copy editing from staff, and that's just so we can like format and copy edit, right?
It's like you knew we were gonna get this far or not get this far, Lauren.
Like, thank you. Because of the timing of it, the letter needs to go to council or the CMO's office before the next commission meeting. So we do have to vote on a version of this that can be like copy edited, basically.
okay, just wordsmithing
Yeah.
with 6 people
If
is
you-
torture.
Agreed. If you have an example that you.
Yeah,
have-
no, I'm willing to forego
Okay,
in the
okay.
interest of time.
So yes, so this is around wordsmithing these, and that's why we're trying to narrow down our paragraphs that we're wordsmithing together.
I guess, do we want our 3 things to be things that we have less power over? Because DEI, we do have more power in who we give grants to based on their application, based on their efforts in DEI. So if we want the 3 to be things we have ultimately less power over, then integration of artists into all city work is something we don't have as much of a say on.
What did you say, which one? Well, I didn't hear.
The first one, the integration of artists into all city work, would be something we have less of a say on for ourselves, less power that we have over.
Mhm.
So,
I think that's related to the point.
yeah.
I think that's when, when I was grappling between the two, that's kind of what was the deciding factor.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't say it as eloquently as you.
Well, and housing affordability for artists, like, cause we don't, no one, the city doesn't have control of that, right? Cause they can't say to people, okay, you have to make whatever percentage of the housing that you own affordable to this region. They can only do it for their own buildings that they own. Right, like, what did they actually do? As far
That's
as.
not one of the 4 up for discussion, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
5.
Oh, it is, okay,
It's number 5. Yeah. Housing affordability for.
right, but is it on the top 4?
I was just gonna say, Matt, do you
Yes.
have like an opinion on this?
I never have opinions.
Hardly.
So in a sense, the city does have rules about how much affordable housing gets built by private developers. When a new development comes online, there's a certain percentage that either has to be permanently affordable or has to be, they have to pay into affordable housing elsewhere. So in a sense, it's actually true that there is a rule about that. What the nuance is that it can't be specifically designed for a specific group of people. It needs to be open to all. Right.
So, I mean, that's. Knowing that, then we can't really talk about that because they can't do anything about it anyway, right?
I mean, addressing housing affordability in general is going to be beneficial to artists though as well.
It's beneficial, but the city can't do anything.
They can do something about affordable housing. in
I guess
general,
we're underscoring the importance of figuring out.
Affordable housing
affordable housing.
in general for Boulder.
I mean, if we put that in, to me, it sounds like. I mean, I think you talk to any citizen of Boulder, like, affordable housing.
And if we look at the city council's expressed priorities, they do pull out a lack of affordable housing as one of their priorities already. Like DEI isn't on the list, arts around the city is not on the list. What's our other one? Artist space is not on the list.
I think that's really important. But can the city really do?
About the space
Mhm.
as opposed to housing. I mean, I don't know how long these things work, but I just have the thought that when they're creating spaces for, like the, whatever they're calling the North. Boulder. Yeah. No,
BMO.
the whole, no, the old hospital.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Like when they're making new city spaces, the new library, rec centers, whatever, should all involve artists to think about how they could use community spaces, not exclusively, but how could a space, if you're setting up a space in a rec center, how could it be used by artists? Part of the population.
I mean, another good example could be when BMocha moves and this space is vacant. Do they maybe think, oh, you know, the Arts Commission had mentioned, maybe there's artists that need studio space. I mean, that, I
That's a
guess,
different, and that's a different bullet than housing. We pulled over.
yeah,
It's two different.
it's true, yeah, the other one, which one is that? The,
I mean, and that's where,
number 3.
yeah, that was,
Yeah. I just think it's our job as commissioners to represent artists and arts organizations. At the end of the day, that's what we're supposed to be doing here. And nobody else is really championing them.
Mhm.
So I feel like we need to be the ones that advocate for things like 3 and 5, especially.
Yes, agreed.
Yes, okay. So I'm not hearing a lot about wordsmithing on these 4 paragraphs, and that we're just kind of in this holding pattern on what are the 3 that we're gonna.
Can we just add in that Bruce is such a mensch?
Oy.
I'm gonna put.
The
Bruce,
uber mensch.
what the mensch.
It's in the minutes.
Yeah. Jeffrey, do you have any feedback or comments on the ability for city council to actually make any? Because you were alluding to that how, whether or not they're gonna be able to solve the problem of housing affordability. Just.
If we're agreeing that it's within the top 3, I'm totally fine with it. It's good that it's continually top of mind. They can do more about it than we can. So I think that is important for us to convey.
What about? This is something, as far as artists, affordable housing, I don't know how, I'm just gonna say it might sound really stupid. But I had a thought, like, what if there was a thing that in place of like, you know, there's a lot of people in my neighborhood that were stuck in our houses. I live in a house that's way too big, but I bought it 10 years ago. So I need to downsize, but if I downsize, I'm gonna be paying just as much more. So what if they made some kind of incentive of like, if you house an artist,
or like an ADU, because they're talking about changing the permanent rules for ADUs.
what's ADU?
Accessory dwelling units, like.
Oh, someone built one of those in they put a whole house in their backyard.
Right, but that's not going to be specific to artists. When I think of housing and artists, and you have a large space and you're offering that up, I think of folks like Conference of World Affairs. I think community Colorado Music Festival. That's what folks on that board and folks who have the ability to do that. That's what they all do for each of those organizations. They have someone living with them during the rehearsal and the summer seasons. So that is happening. Maybe there's a way to champion that and to say this works. That's what these organizations are having to do, and maybe kind of do more of a vetting process and citywide program to encourage that.
I'm familiar with some organizations, some arts organizations calling that billeting. Is that your experience of what they're calling it for those?
They're calling it what?
Billeting?
Yes.
Okay, great. So maybe we add a sentence in here about, you know, we could include number 5 and add a sentence about looking at billeting opportunities.
Building opportunities and maybe even giving examples of situations that have worked in the past, such as Colorado Music Festival and Conference on World Affairs.
And do those people do that just because they are doing it, or is there like some sort of a tax refund or something? Like, is there?
No, there's no tax refund. They're doing it because if we're going to have artists coming in here for periods of time, like a month or 2, we can't put them up in hotels. There aren't short-term rentals that are affordable or that are sometimes close to the venues. I think of Shakespeare Festival. These folks are coming in from out of state. They're probably not going to have access to a car, so they need to be able to get to the rehearsal spaces and the theaters.
But I'm just saying, could it be a larger scale with some sort of
Right,
minor
because
techniques?
you're talking about the artists that come in and leave, but I had in mind artists that live here that can't afford to, for more permanent, affordable housing, that there would be some kind of incentive for a homeowner to rent out a space in their home at an affordable rate with the property tax kickback or something.
Yeah.
Just-
To someone who's specific working in the arts.
Yes.
Okay,
I mean, I like the idea. I definitely like the concept. I just wonder how. It's interesting because you could apply it to teachers.
But we're
We
not
could apply
on
it to
the teachers'
policemen.
commission.
No, exactly. I'm trying to see how council would look at that. I like the idea, don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to figure out how they would see it. It might give them ideas. Yeah, let's do that for teachers and policemen. It's almost like we need to make it happen for artists.
wasn't that what CU's is basically doing with the Cinnabar up in Louisville when they're creating that for faculty and staff for the university?
They bought the theater in Louisville,
And
the
what-
university,
and what do they
Yes.
do?
to house people.
Yeah.
They're turning into like apartments.
Well, there's plenty of parking.
All right, I'm getting the sense since we're putting energy into number 5, that we're okay. Including that, dropping number 1 and including artist space, housing, and DEI as our top 3 priorities. Do we have consensus on that?
We want to vote?
Yeah, let's work, well. If we have nodding consensus, let's work on whether there's anything that we want to wordsmith further in those paragraphs. We can maybe play around with how we could include a consideration of, as an example,
Yeah.
billeting in the housing paragraph. Lauren, do you want to pull up the
Sure.
language?
I'd love to. We have 3, 5, and 6 that.
Right. So give you a chance to read those through.
I think I think that last sentence is key because there's such a mix up in the commercial real estate market right now with rates and people not coming into offices and having for the first time in Boulder empty office space. It's there, and you look at folks like WW Reynolds and some of the other developers or folks that are large renters, and being able to like come up with some idea to just have like a space that's always there and it's available, on a calendar type thing, and it's a write-off for them. I mean, there's an opportunity where if we bring this up, it might spark some conversations like that.
Yeah. Right.
In number 3, the last sentence, should it read healthy instead of help?
Yes, it should.
This is an easy part of words.
Yes. Great. Should we underline that to underscore it? Are you suggesting anything like that, Jeffrey, with saying that's an important?
I don't think we have to because if we highlight that, then we're highlighting other things, and I think it just makes it muddy. I just think it's important to have in there. I was applauding that it's there, and I like that it's right at the end. We're just kind of like, here's an idea. Here's a little light bulb that could go off here.
Excellent. Okay,
Well, you know, that's, may I offer
sure.
a bit of advice? In this city structure, the term of art is economic vitality, sort of economic development.
Beautiful. economic vitality. That's the kind of helpful
Yeah.
words that
Hey,
they
I
look
love it.
for.
It's a curious word to use.
I had pulled a quote from one of the reports. If we felt like we had room for somebody who was talking about, artist space. I don't necessarily think we have room for it, but if we feel like we need some flavor text in there, I've got an example
Flavor text where, for what?
for artist space and housing. Just, it was a quote from somebody's report about musicians leaving due to cost of living. Yeah. And then and if we're including DEI, it also references that. It says an unwillingness by Colorado orchestras to audition women conductors, and it's hard to keep musical leadership who are LGBTQ or BIPOC women. So
You said they wanted something actual. Does that mean they want us to tell them what to do?
Yeah,
I got the sense that that means like something that they will be able to implement and, look into. I don't think they're looking to have us tell them what to do. From
Yeah.
our commission.
I didn't,
Yeah.
but.
Okay, number 2 on the housing. I see you added, is that your note?
yeah, I
Okay.
just kind of threw it in there, though it's not eloquent.
I had written, going off of George's idea. How could we phrase this? Like, one example that we see in the arts community is that organizations appreciate, or organizations utilize billeting opportunities. Period. List these organizations, are all examples of the power of examples of like the opportunity for city council to create incentives for this type of arrangement, something like that.
Straight part to me.
This is on the billeting.
I wouldn't just, that's the first time I've ever heard that word, so, and I'm not the brightest, but I'm not the dimmest. And I would just,
I've never heard of it either. I've never seen it. used
right,
in this
I
context.
Okay.
I would use something
Use
else,
the
or
actual
put in
words.
parentheses what that means, because I know when I'm reading, I was reading something today that said something, and I didn't know what it was, and it used it over and over again, and I'm like, I'm not gonna look that up.
Yeah, so what if we said, not even temporary accommodation, because it's not like hotels or
Yeah, yeah.
Airbnb, it's utilize, hosted community home space to provide housing for visiting artists, period. Visiting artists. The arts community would benefit if community members were provided incentives.
Community would also.
Yeah, artists in the community would benefit
Oh, yeah, that's
from,
not, the
from-
community, not the arts community.
incentives.
I mean, even the people who are hosting would benefit.
Yeah.
From engaging with.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Going back to George's point, what we're hoping,
Oh, Jeffrey, hold on one second. So, Lauren,
Sorry.
take out it says in that last, or the second to last sentence, right now it says the arts community,
Yes,
but I think we want to take out the word arts.
oh, got it, thank you.
Benefit if there were incentives associated with this type of offering.
Thanks, Jeffrey, sorry.
oh, no
Go
worries at all, no worries at all. Going back to George's point, these are great examples of organizations that are working with visiting artists or here temporarily. But a goal to house or at least encourage or give the ability for folks, including artists, to stay full time and to live here would be the primary incentivizer or something that we would try to convey.
Do you have, can you offer us up a sentence to add in here? That encapsulates your feelings on that?
You're adorable, darling. I'm consistently needing paraphrased.
Okay, so
And I like the start of this particular aspect of it. I think maybe there's maybe if we look at it the way, going back to Matt's reminder of vitality, we remind city council that the arts, when supported by community funding, are the #1 return on investment within government funding. So having the ability for more artists to afford to live here or have the option to live here as well as work here would be would help the, I don't know, someone help me here with the word phrasing on that, as far as being able to add to the economy.
Yeah. Okay. What were you starting to say?
Make it go.
As ChatGPT.
I don't know what this sentence means. Inclusion of artists and art spaces within neighborhoods increase property values and help to create cultural and tourism hubs. What does that mean? I don't understand.
It means that cultural and tourism hubs draw traffic to businesses and increase property values. And this report that I have a link to shows that impact is increased in areas where there are art studios and arts organizations in the neighborhood.
Think Novo Arts District.
Oh, so
Yeah.
what is, it feels like that sentence needs to go in the make artist space available and affordable and not affordable housing for artists.
Maybe it needs to be inclusion of artists within neighborhoods. Well, yeah, and maybe it's, yeah, I could see it either way. I already have a link in the prior one though. And I think that
I don't
if you
understand.
follow that link, let's see, can you click on that link just real quickly, Lauren? Because I think that has more specifically tied into housing. And then we'll go back and wordsmith Jeffrey's. Yeah, this link is all about arts housing. So I probably pulled just a sound bite from there somewhere. How about the more art, the more desirable a neighborhood is to live. We'll just replace that sentence.
So you're saying having artists organizations in the neighborhood?
Impacts housing, yeah.
That doesn't,
Values and
but that's not to do with affordable housing for artists. I think it goes in making artists space available.
this link.
That whole sentence needs to go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Replace that sentence with the one we just gave. Because I see. Like if we replace that sentence with. Whatever.
There.
It
The
with
more art, the more desirable a neighborhood is to live.
Which is true, but what does that have to do
art
with
and
affordable
artists.
housing?
The more art and artists. Is that what you're saying?
Can we go back to the link then and see if we can pull out something else that's more? It has to do with affordable housing, because if you don't have affordable housing and the artists leave your community, you don't have arts in these neighborhoods.
Okay, so you're
It's
talking about
it's worded
why-
different here.
But you're talking about why artists need to be here when, to my vision, we're talking about affordable housing for artists. It doesn't.
Right. This piece is why should city council care at all about this conversation as it relates to arts? Why do they need to think about artists in affordable housing?
Caroline,
Okay.
the verbiage here is actually worded exactly what you're trying to say, but instead we're putting artists rather than cultural organization. Having a cultural organization in a community has been shown to increase nearby residential property values by up to 20%.
Oh, there it is, yep,
Cultural organization,
that
that's
is
not
what
what
it
was
is.
in the,
yeah.
yeah. Ta-da.
I mean, I guess that goes to George's point, though, again, because it's cultural organization and not the housing. She's looking for something that's a little bit more,
There it says neighborhoods where artists cluster often become cultural hubs.
Still, it's not talking about affordable housing. They're talking about why it's important to have artists in the community. But that's not affordable housing.
You can't put it to be like-
yeah. I don't know how to help. Bill.
I understand that this is an important point, but to me, it's different than what unless
Any ideas on how to make it better?
I'm reading.
Yeah, okay.
Lauren, can we lowercase the one organization on the third line of that? What do you think?
So that last sentence, affordability for artists to live and work here, add to the economy. And then that's where that link should go.
The
You know,
housing link?
that link supports that sentence.
I can buy that.
Yeah.
It's all coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave it to Georgia.
Yeah.
We have all
I
the
like that.
pieces, Georgia's just putting them together.
Yeah.
Form a picture.
Redrawing our
I
map.
just mean like, leave it to me to be the one to be like,
Yeah.
that's not right.
Lauren, can you move the period after economy to after that close prime?
We will have this copy edited
Thank
by
you.
a professional as well.
Yes, excellent, good. All right, do we feel good about this?
And I feel like that should be the first sentence. Affordability for artists to live,
Okay.
work in Boulder would add to the economy link first sentence. So cut and paste.
How about also the lead-in that Jeffrey gave us, that we remind city council the arts when supported are the number one return on investment.
Mhm.
This is both talking about,
Before or after?
before. And maybe just take out, we remind the city council, just the arts when supported. Yeah.
That reads better.
Cool.
I feel like as with venue and studio space, the cost of housing in the city has priced many artists and artists. No, that goes in there. Artists and arts. So, okay, inclusion of artists and art spaces within neighborhoods increase property values and help to create cultural tourism hubs, but aren't they gonna get that information in that link?
Well, we're pulling that information out to them in case they don't click the link.
Okay.
And then just a typo, arts organizations, I think get rid of that first and before center, right?
Yep.
And just a comma.
Center for Musical Arts and the comp.
Yeah.
They're technically one organization though, so that's usually how it's. written.
Is it?
Yeah.
One organization.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha, sorry.
Is it an ampersand? I'll look it up. Sorry.
What about with this type of offering on a longer term or something like that? Because we're not just talking about hosting visiting artists, we're talking about hosting artists. Like the last word of the paragraph, it says,
This type of offering and
or this type of offering for longer term. For a
on a
long.
more permanent basis.
Yeah. that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's.
Yep. Everybody feel good about this?
Yeah, that
Ready to
definitely
move to the next paragraph?
The end of that definitely helped there.
I was just thinking that it would be good to even just like personalize it even more, because I can speak for my neighborhood. I know that it is an issue in my neighborhood in Fraser Meadows that we have these big houses that we're trapped in, and just to kind of make it more like if you, but I mean, would we actually be able to put that in there without like the consent of the whole neighborhood? Yeah. Okay.
Because.
Oh, or I know that they are doing, they've done all this work on the question of multi-family homes. And that impacts artists and it impacts people who have space in their homes and that they either want to rent them all out or share the spaces.
And how many people can live together. And
Right.
they did change the, like, for, if you wanna build an accessory dwelling unit in your yard, you need to commit to. If you're gonna rent it, you have to say you're gonna rent it below market value. Cause they don't want Airbnbs.
Mhm.
So,
So, but. Um,
We can say something without giving a whole story because we have limited space, is we could say something like, we also encourage city council to consider ways in which excess space in single family residences can be utilized to, I don't know how they can impact that, but that's what I hear you saying.
well.
you probably wanna be careful about recommending that you let a stranger live with you. In case of.
Well, but, so I did this for an arts organization. I had an artist live with me for a month, and I did that twice. But it was cool because it came through the organization,
Right.
so this person didn't want to lose their job or be cut out of that art community, because if they did something, then I would be like, hey, this person did X, Y, Z, and that person would go home and then their reputation would be wrecked. So that was kind of like a nice thing, little protection. But, I don't know,
And maybe
it's not recommending that you have a stranger live in your
Right.
home. It's just like creating this incentive that if you, open your home to an artist at an affordable rate on a temporary or permanent basis, you get this.
Yeah.
Incentive.
I feel like, is that captured in our final sentence?
Utilize hosted community home spaces to provide.
Sure. I mean, that felt like, kind of like, sure, but not really.
No, it's, yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
If
All
I,
right.
if I think of something.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not gonna keep it inside.
Maybe one way to brighten up that last sentence is to, and again, here we are, like, all these people wordsmithing. So much fun.
Yeah.
If we.
It's slowly fading.
We
If we
famously
just-
call this in our household death by committee.
Yes.
Right. If we changed in that last sentence, Lauren, where it says this type of offering, change it to this type of artist housing.
There we go.
Yes,
There we go.
yes, okay, got it.
What was that about Mensch?
I was just about to say that.
Artists,
or
this type of artist housing.
What
Yeah.
about, how about this type of
Offer.
affordable artist? housing?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah, even better.
And I wonder if you can just say, instead of artist organizations such as, say, many artists
many arts organizations utilize hosted community home spaces.
I like having the specific examples
You do,
that they
okay.
can.
Especially
it's
specific,
reality.
large, well-respected organizations.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we're gonna run out of time, so if you feel reasonably good about this, are we ready to move on to number 3?
Yes.
Okay, great. Behold my words.
Can we finesse the spelling of my first name? Everyone goofs it up. It's okay.
Oh, I am so sorry.
It's okay. Everyone does it.
Yeah. I want. What did
You
you
don't
do,
care.
Jeff? R-A-Y. Oh, I am so sorry.
There's 2 of us in the household, so it's like it happens all.
Okay.
I love that everyone that gets my surname correct, but they misspell. I've never actually met a Jeffrey, but it does get misspelled that way a lot. So.
I get
And
asked.
Caroline, you'll appreciate this. My mother was a Carolyn,
Yeah, I
and
get.
she was never a Caroline.
Yeah, I have to correct that often for sure.
I got my S and my O at the end. I usually get a C and an A.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, exactly.
Oh.
C and Cardoza with an A, but you got them both right.
Awesome.
So your brain must have.
So I feel like since we're talking about names, I just nailed
The DEI.
the DEI.
Yeah.
Well, this is your love language, so of course you would.
Did you have a suggestion about committees? Or did that just highlight?
I was highlighted for like
Oh, okay.
Editing purposes.
Got it.
Yeah.
This might be a me thing. I don't love tolerance. I like acceptance and inclusion better. Tolerance means like you're putting up with something.
Yeah, perfect. What did you say? Acceptance
Or
and
acceptance or include, I mean, it's about inclusion, so maybe acceptance
Sure.
or understanding.
I like acceptance
Yeah, me too.
because we can understand people but not accept them.
Mm-hmm. Tolerant, brother.
This is being recorded. All right, I'm not hearing a lot of feedback. Are we done?
It's perfect.
I like it.
Great. Are we ready to hear a motion on this letter?
Did everybody have enough time to read through it and feel good?
Yes.
There were 2 questions,
Yeah.
Georgia. Read through it and feel good about it.
That's right.
So yes to both.
Yes and yes. Oh, sorry. Yes and yes. I just think it's interesting that someone will say, is everyone good? Like, does it nothing mean yes?
Right.
Or- Yeah.
My favorite leadership technique is silence is consent. No, it is not. No, no, no. Erase, erase.
Yeah, I feel good about it. I'm ready to vote.
Anybody like to make a motion?
I move that we approve the letter to City Council allowing for minor revisions and copy editing by staff.
Wait, didn't we have to make a motion first?
You just said.
That's the motion I just made.
Oh, I thought we said make a motion and second it and then we got it.
If you'd like to second, that's the motion.
Great. Sorry.
Georgia has seconded. All in favor?
Thank you all.
Hooray.
Thank you all so much. That is a
Excellent.
lot.
Good work, everyone.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
For editing in
Our
real
pleasure.
time.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Yeah, you are
Thank you,
welcome.
thank you, thank you.
Carolyn, you wrote the first one.
Yeah, thank you. So there is one more section, sorry to say, guys. Questions about the manager's memo. I had two questions. On the On the minutes. Oh, my question was, we have the new commissioners being voted in by city council on what date was it?
They're decided on the March 14th, and then they're sworn in early April, is that right?
New commissioner.
Yeah.
Commissioner, were the interviews recorded and can we go check them out?
Yes, and are they posted already?
I don't know, I'll check it out.
Thank you, and if not, I'll send you a link either way.
Okay,
Yeah.
great, that'd be
Sure.
awesome.
And Lauren, it is appropriate for us to reach out to council either individually or as a group to make individual recommendations.
I think individually, is that right?
Yeah, no, individually we can, it's kosher to do that.
That is true.
Yeah,
Isn't it right?
sorry.
It seems odd if it came from a group.
Right, I think you'd have to have a full discussion on it and vote on it like it was,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Seems odd.
Yeah,
It's,
Right.
I,
Because I already did that.
the group, so even if it
Right.
would be awkward,
It very,
it wouldn't be possible. So,
yes.
if you do reach out, make sure you say you're speaking as an individual, not on behalf.
Oh, good, I did it right. Yeah.
Yay.
Yes, thank you.
Well done.
Snaps from over here.
Excellent. The second question I had is, about, we had 2 meetings in November. Because we had the retreat. And I could have been confused and missed it, but if somebody on staff could just double check our minutes and make sure we approved both sets of minutes.
Sure,
Because I
Yes.
seem to have only been able to find one approved set,
sure.
but I'm also not confident in my
Oh, that's okay.
abilities. So,
May I check on that later?
yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Um,
Anything else from other commissioners on the memo?
Not on the memo. Yeah. But I'm the dairy. Yep. No, this would be.
I
So
forgot about that.
that's perfect, yeah. Yeah, so the position for. So, we have to have a commissioner on that dairy board, and I stepped up to do that, and I'm going to step down. So one of the things I really like about being on arts commissions, I feel like we work together, we support each other, we're friendly to each other, we respect each other, and I did not get that really there at all. And so as a woman who has more days behind me than ahead of me, I want to go where I'm celebrated. And so I will leave that, assuming there's a person better suited for that position than me. I will say, one of the first things that came to me was you have to sign this document. So as I'm reading the document, you must be in alignment with all of these guidelines. Okay, well, what are the guidelines and rules? Okay. And then there was like a $1,500 donation that you had to make. And then you have to commit to 6 openings and events for the year. So after speaking with staff, I've discovered that we don't have to pay the $1,500, but you do need to commit to the 6 events per year. And I asked if they have any support for that, discounts or tickets, and the answer was no. So
even for the liaison,
yes,
you had to pay
full price.
full price for 6 different events.
On top of giving your time, education, experience, knowledge at no cost. And that's 4 times a year, plus any other side committees that you volunteer to be on.
Wow. Has this not ever come up before?
I haven't been in this specific position, however, I don't believe it has in the past. I'm trying to remember who our liaisons were, but I do think that we can take, like, we were happy to advise and connect their legal team who's recommending that she sign these board documents, connect them with our legal team to figure out what kind of negotiating they can do.
Wouldn't
for
you
that.
agree? It feels a little egregious.
We also have a ticket fund, so I think we could take advantage of that if there's not a way to get out of it, but there are as somebody who's appointed to that position, it's certainly something that I'd be comfortable asking them to waive.
I think it's important.
Yeah.
You know, or else people aren't gonna want to apply to be on the Boulder Arts Commission.
Yeah. Jim. Oh,
I've performed there a number of times, specifically as fundraisers for the dairy, as well as fundraisers for BCAP and other organizations for whom I was doing one-person shows. And in all the theaters, there was always 2 or 3 burn seats. I'm like, but those are really good seats. And they were specifically always held for Arts Commission and board members. And I don't know if that's changed, but that's been my experience. And I've performed there very often and even recently. And there's like I said, there's always 3 really good seats. And I'm like, but they're gonna be right in front. People are gonna like walk through. But they were there. They were rarely used, but they were there.
Yeah, they're still there because when I did my show there, they were there.
Mhm.
But I mean, I have it in an email of me asking if there was any support for that, like as commissioner. And they said no.
Could it be that they want, does it have to be the same commission? Like, I understand like one commissioner is the board liaison, but then could there be a commitment that an arts commissioner will attend 6 events a year? Using our ticket fund?
It's also a
It sounds like something that would be part of the conversation.
It's also a venue.
Even
So if you're
that
talking
feels
like going to see Betsy at the dairy, or you're going to see the classic film series at the dairy, then you would reach out to those individual organizations, wouldn't you,
Right,
Mhm.
right.
for
I
those
mean,
tickets.
Now we know why they hold those seats, because people are paying $1,500.
Plus the cost.
Plus the cost of the
Yeah.
I'm happy to work it out behind the scenes with whomever decides to take on the dairy position.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I
So
think,
that- oh,
I
go
mean, it's one thing to be a commissioner there and like figure it out, like try and figure out how I'm gonna get to these events.
Mhm.
Because as a commissioner, I feel like it's also my duty to go to other events and I enjoy it. It's great, but I just felt like from the organization itself to be treating someone in that manner. Yeah, just didn't feel good. Yeah.
For what it's worth, my dad was the New York City government representative on the board of the public theater. And he didn't have to do give get and he got ticket. And that's New York City in the public.
I mean, I kind of wish Maria was here so we could ask her what the deal is with BMOCA, if there's any similar experience.
Mhm.
Well, and it was discussed at the last meeting because I've been going back and forth with them. And they had Nicholas speak and say that this is what it is and that's normal to pay these fees and make this commitment and then shut that meeting down real quick.
I'm happy to step in.
Yeah, I
as
was gonna
liaison
transition
within that
into,
board.
and we have this lovely space available on the board. And you're interested in doing that?
Yeah, I'm happy. I mean, I've sat on the board before. I already run a program over there with the classic film series. I fund it through a sponsorship with my company. So I'm there, 12 times a year with that specifically. I also buy my ticket just because I just feel like, okay, I know 100% of the ticket sales are going to support the Dairy Arts Center, which is how the reason we do the underwriting at my company for the licensure rights for those. Yeah, I'm happy to step in and help out where I'm needed, and as well as kind of report back on any discrepancies on questions we have.
Right.
I appreciate your stepping up, Jeffrey, but I just want to say to Georgia that I'm sorry you had a bad experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty straight, sounds. Was there anybody else who had a burning desire to put their hat in the ring for the liaison position, or are we good to move on to approving Jeffrey? Do we need to do a formal vote?
We do.
Okay.
Hold on one second.
And because this is one of the city-owned entities, it's more than just the liaison, like Georgia had said, it's really a board member with the give and get and the governance that goes along with that.
Someone like to make a motion?
I move that Jeffrey Cash act as.
Oh, wait, sorry, Mac.
Sorry to interrupt.
Mm.
Laura, can you change it from liaison to board representative of the arts?
Oh, thank you. Sorry,
Big
losing
difference.
steam, y'all.
All right, I interrupted you, Cheryl.
I'm the Jeffrey Cash Active Board
Representative.
Representative.
Come on, ad lib, ad lib.
As
Yeah.
Arts Commission Board Representative.
As the
There
Art
you go.
Commission Board Representative to the Dairy Arts Center.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Great. Thank you for stepping up, Jeffrey. I'm sure that that's a nice match with your interests anyways. And look forward to hearing what you have to share with us about what's going on there.
Great, yeah, I'll report back on what the concerns were brought up.
And also, yeah, sorry that this is the experience you had.
Yeah, the last meeting was very odd, and it was on Zoom, and everyone thanked everyone. You're so great, thank you for your time, thank you, thank you, thank you. No one said my name, but I got an email. Privately an hour later, so I thought that was kind of weird.
All right. Anything else on the manager's memo? Before we adjourn this meeting?
One thing that's,
Oh, go ahead.
you probably did at the beginning and I was late, so I apologize, but I just want to thank Lisa. I used the ticket fund for the first time to see Acts of Faith. At the local, I mean, the dairy, but the local theater. Right, that's who did that.
The local,
Local.
there was because there's the local and then there's the new local.
The new local is like the
That's
arts, local
Yes,
theater
The local
company.
theater company did Acts of Faith.
Mhm.
It was fantastic. So thank you. It was very easy and seamless and it was an excellent production.
I have a question in that regard.
Yes.
Since we have the ticket fund, if an organization emails us and is like, click here for 2 comp tickets or something, do we forego that and still?
That
Yeah.
is your pleasure. I think they can't give gifts over $50. So if the
Right.
tickets would normally be over $50, I would avoid that.
Okay, yeah, of course.
But if they're under, I think. that's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I
Just
just,
refer to like, let us say that, like we have it and let's support our organization.
Yeah.
you know, Right?
Yeah.
and I just want to give a plug along those lines. I don't know if it's part of the ticket fund. But Bruce's 2 films are showing on Saturday at 7:30 at Beth. We can't all sit as a commission together, but I would encourage you to support our fellow commissioner by going to see that.
Can people sit together and just not talk about Arts Commission stuff?
It would not be recommended because people make assumptions about. what-
Yeah, yeah,
Optics.
fair enough. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
You
you.
don't know.
No.
Thank you.
Straight.
All right, and with a gavel bang. Well.
Gotta say that one carefully, honey.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Thanks, Jeffrey.
Thank you. I'm so sorry I wasn't there. What did we have for dinner tonight?
Oh,
I had a churro.
Mexican.
Mexican, it was really good.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so glad you could join us. I mean, with the Zoom, so.
Yeah.
thanks
Yeah,
for-
no, I'm glad this worked. It was a terrific option. It's very cacophonous in the room, particularly at the beginning, but during the meeting, I could hear everything very, very clearly.
Excellent.